the today's session, we are going to discuss the classification of polymers. So polymers are classified according to their chain structure, according to the chemical composition, according to polymer architecture, according to source, and according to the backbone. So in this way, it is possible to classify the polymers. Here, I have shown the broad classification of the polymer based on origin or the source, based on the structure, based on molecular forces, and based on mode of polymerization. We are going to discuss only the classification of polymer according to chain structure, chemical composition, polymer architecture, source, and backbone. Let us see how to classify the polymer according to their origin or the source. According to their origin or the source, polymers can be classified as natural polymers, for example, guar gum, semi-synthetic polymers, for example, carboxymethyl cellulose, synthetic polymers like polyvinyl pyrrolidine. Then based on the structures, it can be classified as linear polymers, branched chain polymers, and cross-linked polymers. So depending on the linearity to cross-linking, the swelling of polymer, it is going to change. Generally, the cross-linked polymers are having high capacity to retain the fluid into the structure, into the matrix. Based on the molecular forces are very, very important one. These are related with we can correlate these things with the thermal properties of polymer, and it can be classified as elastomers, fibers, thermoplastics, and thermosetting polymers. And based on mode of polymerization, it can be furthermore classified into the addition polymers and condensation polymers. So these are the methods by which the polymers are prepared. That is based on modes of polymerization, it can be classified as addition polymers and the condensation polymers. So the polymers can be classified broadly as according to their source, according to their structure, according to the molecular forces, according to mode of polymerization. We are going to discuss the classification of polymers according to their chain structure, according to chemical composition, according to polymer architecture, according to source, according to backbone, and also it is possible to classify the polymers according to their degradation, that is biodegradable and non-degradable polymers, isn't it? So this is the broad classification of the polymers. Let us see one by one the classification of the polymer. First of all, we will discuss the classification of polymer according to the chain structure. So according to chain structure, the polymers can be classified as linear polymers, branched polymers, hyperbranched polymers, cross-linked polymers, and network polymers. So this is the linear polymer, this is the branched polymer. If furthermore the linking is there, it is said to be the hyperbranched polymer. Then these are the cross-linked. So these are the linear chains which are the cross-linked with each other, and it is said to be the cross-linked polymer. And the last one, that is the network polymer. So what are the linear polymers? So linear polymers, the single continuous chain of the repeating unit. So here it's a single continuous chain of the repeating unit. Generally, the example is the high density polyethylene. It is an example of the linear polymer. So here in the case of linear polymer, there is a single continuous chain of the repeating units, that is known as the linear polymers. For example, high density polyethylene. Then the branched polymers. There are the side chains of the repeating units connecting on the main chain of repeat units, that is known as the branched polymers. For example, low density polyethylene. So branched polymers, side chains of repeating units. These are the side chains of repeating units connecting onto the main chain of repeating units. So here this is the main chain on which the side chains are attached. In such cases, it is said to be the branched polymers, for example, low density polyethylene. If so whatever here the branch is there, again furthermore branches are connected, then it is said to be the hyper branched polymers. So what are the hyper branched polymers? These are the constitutional repeating units including a branched groups. So furthermore there is a branching of these subunits, so as to we are getting the hyper branched polymers. Then cross-linked polymers. So this is the example of the cross-linked polymers, that is a melamine formaldehyde resin. These are the linear chains, and these are cross-linked. There is interconnections between these linear chains, then it is said to be the cross-linked polymers. It is possible. There are so many cross-linkers are available, and with the help of these cross-linkers, it is possible to cross-link the chains which are available in the polymer. For example, chitosan, it is cross-linked by using the glutaraldehyde, isn't it? Then the network polymer. So this is the network polymer. For example, the cross-linked polymers or the elastomers, these are the best examples of the network polymer. There are numerous interconnections between the chains. So these are the chains, and there are so many interconnections are present over there, then it is said to be the network polymer. That is, in the case of network polymer, numerous interconnections between the chains are present, then it is said to be the network polymer. And the examples are the cross-linked polymers or the elastomers. According to chain structure, polymers can be classified into the linear polymer, branched polymer, hyper branched polymer, cross-linked polymers, and network polymers. So let us move towards the next class, that is classification of polymer according to chemical composition. So according to chemical composition, the polymers can be classified as homopolymer or the copolymer. Furthermore, the copolymer can be classified into the alternating copolymer, random copolymer, block copolymer, and graft copolymer, isn't it? So homopolymer, here I have shown the example diagram of the homopolymer and the copolymer. So in the case of homopolymer, which contains a single kind of monomer, then it is said to be the homopolymer. For example, polyethylene. In the case of copolymers, it consists of more than one kind of monomer. Say here the blue and one more is there which is alternating, then it is said to be the copolymer. So in the case of homopolymer contains a single kind of the monomer, for example polyethylene, that is known as the homopolymer. In the case of copolymers, it contains more than one kind of the monomer, for example nylon 66, which contains the hexamethylene diamine and adipic acid. So nylon 66, which contains the monomers of the hexamethylene diamine and the adipic acid. So that is known as the copolymer. So copolymers are furthermore classified into the alternating polymers. So here the monomer units are the alternate, isn't it? Arranged as a alternate, then it is said to be the alternating polymer, for example nylon. In the case of random copolymer, the monomer units are arranged randomly. So look at the arrangement of the monomer units in the random copolymer. So here in the case of random copolymer, monomer units arranged randomly, for example polystyrene methyl methacrylate. This is the example of the random copolymer. Then the block copolymer. So here the presence of blocks of homopolymer unit. Say this is the one block, this is the second block, again the block 1 gets repeated over here, then it is said to be the block copolymer. For example poloxamer, it is the block copolymer. isn't it? Or one more example, that is methyl methacrylate. So in the case of block copolymers, the blocks of homopolymer units are present in the polymer structure, then it is said to be the block copolymer. Let us move towards the graft copolymer. Here the example is the polybutadiene. So this is the main chain of the polymer on which the polymer chains are grafted, isn't it? Then it is said to be the graft copolymer. This is the main linear polymer chain, or say it as a homopolymer, and on which the chains of the monomers are grafted. Then it is said to be the graft copolymer, isn't it? So according to chemical composition, the polymer can be classified as homopolymer and copolymer. Homopolymer, which contains a single kind of monomer, for example polyethylene. Copolymer, it contains more than one kind of monomer, for example nylon 66, which contains hexamethylene diamine and adipic acid. Furthermore, the copolymers are classified into the alternating copolymer, random copolymer, block copolymer, and the graft copolymer. So here I have shown the arrangement related with the copolymers. So in the case of alternating polymers, monomer units are alternate. In the case of random copolymer, monomer units arranged randomly. In the case of block copolymer, blocks of homopolymer units are present over here. So this is a block A, this is a block B, again there is a block A, again there is a block B. In this way the chain is formed. Then it is said to be the block copolymer. Then the graft copolymer, there is a homopolymer chains are joined by the grafting onto the main polymer chain. Then it is said to be the graft copolymer. The example is polybutadiene. So in this way it is possible to classify the polymer according to their chemical composition. Let us see the classification of polymer according to the polymer architecture. So according to polymer architecture, the polymer can be classified into the star polymer, comb polymer, ladder polymer, semi-ladder polymer, supramolecular assemblies, and the dendrimers. So look at the figure. So very first one, A, that is a star polymer, B, that is a comb polymer, C, that is a ladder polymer, D, that is the semi-ladder polymer, E and F, these are the supramolecular assemblies, and G is a dendrimer. So according to polymer architecture, it can be classified into the star polymer, comb polymer, ladder polymer, semi-ladder polymer, supramolecular assemblies, and the dendrimer. So the star polymers, which contains more than 3 polymeric chains emanating from a core. So this is which looks like a star. For example, polymethyl methacrylate, that is known as the star polymer. The example is a polymethyl methacrylate. Comb polymer contains the pendant chains, isn't it? So this is the main chain, main backbone, and these are the pendant chain, and whatever the architecture is there which looks like a comb, that's why it is said to be the comb polymer. For example, polyalkyl methacrylates, PAMH, isn't it? The example of comb polymer, that is the polyalkyl methacrylates. So comb polymer which contains the pendant chain which looks like a comb, that's why it is said to be the comb polymer, and example is polyalkyl methacrylates. Then the ladder polymer. So this is the ladder polymer, ladder polymer consists of recurring fused ring structure. So these are the fused ring structure. Then it is said to be the ladder polymer. For example, alkyl trialkoxysilane. This is the example of ladder polymer. Okay. So in the case of ladder polymer, it consists of recurring fused ring structure, isn't it? So these are the recurring fused ring structures. Example is a alkyl trialkoxysilane. Then semi-ladder polymer. So this is the semi-ladder polymer, has a fused ring sections interpose with the open chain units. So these are the open chain units which are present on the polymer. Then it is said to be the semi-ladder polymer. Then the supramolecular assemblies. Supramolecular assemblies, molecules linked by non-covalent bonding. So these E and F, these are the supramolecular assemblies. And very last one, that is a dendrimer, that is a dendritic, or it is a starburst, which looks like a tree. That's why it is said to be the dendrimer. So here its a core is present, and furthermore there is a branching of these chains. Then it is said to be the dendrimer, or you can say it as a starburst. Let us see some other architectures which are with the polymers. Yes, so these are the few more architectures which are there. That is say this is a block polymer, linear chain is there. Say this is a star polymer, so which looks like a star. So comb polymer, which looks like a comb. Then the brush polymer, say this is the main unit backbone, and these are the other chains. That is a B polymer, say, and this is a dark one, that is A. Then here it's a light one, that is A, dark one is a B, so it is said to be the AB2 star. Then the palm tree AB, so here it's a A chain and these are the B chains. In the H-shaped, here whatever dark are there, these are the B chains, and at a core the A chain is present, so B, it is attached to the A. Then dumbbell shape, here at the core the A chain is present and the B chain which is attached to the A and which looks like a dumbbell. Then here it's a ring block. Then this is a star block. Then coil, cycle coil, and star AB. So these are some other architectures which are present in the polymer, and in this way it is possible to classify the polymers according to the polymer architecture. Let us move towards the next, that is the classification of polymer according to the polymer source. So according to the polymer source, the polymer can be classified into the natural polymer, semi-synthetic polymer, and synthetic polymer. So itself name indicates that here the natural, so here the source of polymer, it is a natural, then it is said to be the natural polymer. Furthermore, the natural polymers are classified into the polysaccharides and the proteins. Polysaccharides are furthermore classified into the polysaccharide originated from the plant origin, then the microbial origin, then the marine origin, isn't it? Then the proteins furthermore classified into the animal origin and the plant origin. So the polysaccharides furthermore classified into the plant origin, microbial origin, and marine origin. The example of plant origin polysaccharides are like starch, pectin, and guar gum. The microbial origin polysaccharides, for example, pullulan and the xanthan gum. Then marine origin, for example, chitin and the alginate. The proteins which are originated from the animal origin, for example, collagen, gelatin, albumin, elastin, and the plant origin, that is the gene and gluten polymer. The polysaccharides and the proteins, these are widely used in the development of drug delivery systems. So the natural polymers which are having the molecular weight 1.5 lakhs to the 10 lakhs. The polysaccharides like chitosan, which is widely used in the development of drug delivery system like a matrix or the microparticles. Here the pectin is also shown. It is possible to prepare the gels, isn't it? Then the guar gum also, it is widely used in the development of matrix controlled drug delivery system. isn't it? Chitosan also it is, that is a which is obtained from the chitin. Then the sodium alginate, that is obtained from the alginic acid, that is a marine source, which is also widely used to prepare the microparticles as well as the matrix controlled drug delivery system. Pullulon, it is a highly water soluble polymer and it is widely used to prepare the fast dissolving film. The xanthan gum, it is having a very high molecular weight, and it is possible to use the xanthan gum for in the various controlled drug delivery system. Furthermore, you are aware about the gelatin, it is used for the preparation of the capsules. Then the albumin, it is used for the preparation of albumin microspheres. Then the zein, it is used in the sugar coating. So the semi-synthetic polymers which are obtained from the modification of natural polymer, isn't it? That is known as the semi-synthetic polymer. For example, the cellulose derivatives like hydroxypropyl methyl cellulose or methyl cellulose, hydroxyethyl cellulose, ethyl cellulose. So these are the certain derivatives of the cellulose. So this is about the semi-synthetic polymers. Then the synthetic polymers, which are purely synthetic, which are synthesized in the laboratory, then it is said to be the synthetic polymers. For example, polyethylene and polystyrene. So according to polymer source, polymer can be classified into the natural polymer, semi-synthetic polymer and the synthetic polymer. Natural polymers furthermore classified into the polysaccharides and proteins. Polysaccharides can be classified into the furthermore plant origin like guar gum, microbial origin, for example xanthan gum, marine origin, for example chitin and alginate. Then from the protein source, animal origin, for example albumin. Then a plant origin, for example zein. So in this way it is possible to classify the natural polymer. Then the semi-synthetic polymers, for example cellulose derivatives. Then the synthetic polymers, for example polyethylene and polystyrene. So synthetic polymers are the purely which are synthesized in the laboratory. Then it is said to be the synthetic polymers. Okay, so let us move towards the classification of polymer according to polymer backbone, isn't it? According to polymer backbone, the polymer can be classified into the polymer backbone with a carbon chain and polymer backbone with the hetero chain. So polymer classification of polymer according to backbone classified as with a carbon chain backbone and with hetero chain backbone. In the case of carbon chain backbone, generally there is a homo chain polymers and which is having the carbon chains. So whatever the chains are there which are made up of the only the carbon, which consist of only the carbon. For example, polyvinyl chloride, which are synthesized by using the vinyl monomers, isn't it? So so here in the case of PVC, which contains only the carbon chain backbone. In the second case, that is with a hetero chain backbone. In the case of hetero chain backbone, it consists of the hetero chain polymers. Say for example, carbon plus other elements like oxygen, say the nitrogen, say the sulfur and so on. Here I have shown the example of the hetero chain, that is the polyether, isn't it? And the polyesters, polyether and polyesters. The examples of carbon chain backbones like polyethylene, polypropylene and polyvinyl alcohol. The examples of hetero chain backbones, the polymer which contains the hetero chain like amylase, like a cellulose, like a polyethylene oxide, isn't it? So it is possible to classify the polymer according to polymer backbone. According to polymer backbone, polymers can be classified into the with a carbon chain backbone, for example polyethylene, polypropylene, polyvinyl alcohol, so which consists of the carbon backbone. Then the second class, that is with a hetero chain backbone, examples amylase, cellulose and polyethylene oxide. So in the case of hetero chain backbone, it consists of carbon and other elements in the backbone. So in this way it is possible to classify the polymer according to polymer backbone.